Corrado. He's an analyst at Gulf State Analytics, focusing on the Horn of Africa. Thanks so much for your time. Why does Abiy Ahmed's government want to disarm people in Tigray? Because there are many in that region who say they need weapons for their own protection because of ethnic tensions in that area.
Exactly. I think the main reason behind this decision by the government is the willingness to accelerate the eradication of the TPLF and TPLF combatants from the Tigray region. This has come especially after there have been reported clashes across the region, though to a small scale. And this has been one of the two announcements actually made by the chief of the temporary administration. The other one is the removal of all the public employees who will not return to their position by Monday. I think the two measures combined mean that the Ethiopian government is trying to speed up the eradication overall of all the supporters of the TPLF leadership inside the Tigray, and also to basically give a reason to the government to prosecute civilians who simply, as you said, hold weapons for their own protection, mostly due to the tensions with, of course, neighboring Eritrea, and which have been reportedly involved in the conflict as well.
And because of that, we've seen so many of civilians in Tigray moving to Sudan and to Eritrea, seeking refuge there. We know that thousands are in those countries. How does this then affect Ethiopia's relationship with its neighbors?
Well, yes, it did indeed, exactly. I think especially when it comes to Eritrea, the operation in the Tigray has strengthened the relations between the two leaders, because as we already said in the past, the Eritrean president, Isaias Afewerki, has always been very hostile to the TPLF, which is fought for a very long time, over the decades during the war between Ethiopia and Eritrea. So from this point of view, Abiy has managed to strengthen their relations with Eritrea, which is also strategic partners if we think that Ethiopia has always sought to find another access to the sea to differentiate from its dependence over Djibouti. At the same time, of course, it also impacted its relations with Sudan. He had close relations with Prime Minister Hamdok, and while his concerns over the inflow of refugees have been voiced in Addis Ababa, still he has proven his relations with also the military components of the Sudanese government to be strong enough not to be really challenged by this operation. And at the same time, also the Sudanese army has been deployed along the border to manage to control the situation along with the Ethiopian one.
Yeah, it's certainly affecting so many in that region. And we've received so many different reports actually about what's happening there. Many of them very difficult to verify, and many of them very disturbing. We're hearing about killings and abductions, even claims of war crimes. What do we actually know about what's been happening in that region over the last few weeks, and if they constitute war crimes?
So what we know so far, as you said, it's difficult to have proper information and ultimate evidences, even mostly because of the lack of communication and internet connection from the region. But the UN has reportedly talked about the abduction of refugees, of Eritrean refugees, some which might have been refueled to Eritrea. Some have been bused from also Addis Ababa toward the refugee camps in the Tigray, and possibly also to Eritrea itself. But of course, there is no confirmation of this as well. The accounts of refugees who fled to Sudan as well are quite disturbing, in the sense that violence have broken out. There have been clashes with the TPLF combatants, and some of these might be part of war crimes as well. And finally, when it comes to humanitarian law, we also should remind that attacking humanitarian workers is, by international law, considered a war crime. And there have been reports of the UN team shot in last week and last month. Also, 4 humanitarian workers have been reportedly killed in the Tigray.
Corrado, really appreciate your analysis on this ongoing situation in Ethiopia's Tigray region. Thank you so much.